Hey guys, this is Kaypix with Badland Studio, and today I am going over D11. If you notice in the lower left hand corner, it says that I will be doing a live chat tomorrow at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. I suppose this video might be up by then, so if you feel like coming on over, just head over to the Kinetic Void group and there will be a live chat hosted there where I will be answering questions that people have. Otherwise, as always, you can post them in comments below, come to the forums, talk with us there, or you can even shoot me an email. My contact information is on our Steam page. So, I am loading up a galaxy of Kinetic Void. I have half a dozen videos on building ships, so I'm not going over the shipbuilding for D11. Doesn't really need to be addressed again. I will say, however, that we are going to be doing a little bit of a change for our next ship designer for D12, so I will be having more videos on shipbuilding once it actually gets changed around. So we have weapons that can actually animate now, which is kind of cool. And we actually have weapon groups. You can see them all. They're set up. You just click here and you can move weapon groups around, pick what weapons fire with what groups. If I remember correctly, I broke it down by categories. So 1 is everything and so is manual. 2 is just my ballistic weapons. 3 is just my energy weapons. And 4 is just my kinetic, or rather 2 is my missiles, 4 is my kinetic. You get the idea. Second of all, our hangar bay, we moved it over to the right, so that way it's kind of out of the way. And you can see where the hangars are when you click the drop down here. I have, I think, what, 5? I have 5 mining drones and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 combat drones. This is so I can actually show you guys a little bit how the drones are actually going to work. I'm launching into the galaxy, like I said. I have videos on building ships already. You guys can get a hold of those pretty easy. I will say for the next patch, I'm pretty excited. We are going to actually allow bad guys to warp to you and turn off their kinetic fields, which means they can chase you, and they will chase you. So it's not quite as easy to get away from them anymore. All right, I'm going to warp over to an asteroid. I'm gonna take out my mining drones, just mine real quick so you guys can see basically how that works. There were some bugs. We got them fixed for D12, so this isn't totally accurate for all intents and purposes, but since I know the tricks, I should be able to prevent my drones from killing themselves. So I am launching just one little mining drone, just one by himself. I'm gonna toggle my heads-up display by pressing H. I'm gonna get the closest asteroid. That guy is 45 kilometers away. We're gonna get a little bit closer. Not too close, mind you, just a little bit closer. And my drone is already out. He's up top. You can see him kind of flying around up there, doing his little drone thing. And then we do have an enemy who is 9,000 kilometers away. Not so much of an issue in D11. D12, it will matter. It will matter a lot that you can see them on your radar, because that means they can see you and they are coming at you. Also, at this point, NPCs do not use drones in D11. That's also changing for D12. So if you equip all the NPCs with ships that are loaded down with drones, they will launch them at you, and it will hurt a lot. All right, so what are we? We are 30 kilometers from this asteroid. Close enough. I'm stopping my ship. I'm grabbing my drone, selecting the asteroid so it's popping up here on the left. And I'm going to send my drone to go mine this asteroid. And now I'm going to wait patiently while he goes and does his job. Off he goes. Go mine the asteroid like the little drone. What's this guy? He will be a fun target for us. Didn't realize that I turned off my kinetic field. That was kind of my bad. Your drones are not necessarily going to be as fast as your ship, so keep that in mind. When he starts mining this asteroid, you will see that the asteroid's health starts dropping. Please check it out. There we go. I am trying a different setup with my mic today. Sometimes I tend to have my P's and Q's get a little screwy, so if my audio sucks, I'm apologizing in advance, but hopefully it's not as bad as it used to be. All right, so here we go, drone doing its job. F12 to take a screenshot. And then those are going to get saved to a screenshot folder for your Steam account. So the drone is just doing its job. The asteroid's down to roughly half health. I could be using multiple drones right now, and I'm only using one for the intent and purpose of it taking longer for him to mine, and so he's more likely to get something. If I press I, I'm going to open up my inventory, go down to trade goods. Trade goods is where any ore that your drones bring home is going to be stored. So just keep that in mind. It will fill up. And I mean, in our case, we have a capacity of 1,000 because we have cargo space on our ship. But once you have items in there, you can take them back to a station and you can actually sell them at a store and use that money to repair your ship. Once we get that implemented, get additional parts for your ship if you're playing career mode, things like that. All right, so the asteroid has been destroyed by my little drone. Now that he's done destroying the asteroid, he's just going to go back into his orbit around my ship. He's just kind of hanging out. So I'm now going to, once he is above me, tell him to come home. He docked in my ship. The door is closed. And if I press I again, toggle in and out of my trade goods. All right, you can see the ore that my drone got. So he got me silver, nickel, iron, what, copper? Yep. All right, so he got me those, which was awesome. Thank you, little buddy. You're the best. And now we're going to use the micro warp drive to go kill this other guy. I just broke my own rule by saying to warp within 50 kilometers of an enemy. I never do that, except for now, obviously. Reason being, they're moving just like you are. So if you say that you want to end up 50 kilometers away from them, if they're coming at you, oh fun, there's 3. Anyways, as I was saying, if you say you want to warp within 50 kilometers, if they're coming at you when you're going that direction, you may end up passing them. All right, so since there's 3 of them, I am going to use my combat drones. Because really, let's face it, combat drones are fun, so you might as well use them, right? Okay. So, 3 targets. I have 3 weapon types. Every weapon type has a different range. Kinetic ammo usually caps out at about 20 kilometers. You have about 40 for missiles and 80 for lasers, if I'm remembering correctly. So, obviously our lasers are working, and I hit number 1, so that means he is shooting, or I'm shooting at him as soon as I'm able. And this is a Lancaster freighter. Yeah, I didn't think he was going to last too long. So, got him killed. I didn't even need to use my drones. That was kind of my bad. All right, drones, back to my ship. They're all flying around doing their little pirouettes. Please don't run into my ship. We got that fixed for D12 as well. The drones are a little bit better about docking and not inadvertently destroying themselves. 1 left, and he goes. Sweet. All right, where's that bigger ship at? This guy over here. He's a destroyer. He might last long enough for me to actually use my drones on him. I don't remember if my drones are actually kinetic or energy. I built this ship a while ago, and I had the express purpose of using it to destroy other guys without having so many parts that my game ever had any kind of lag. And I can tell you that this ship, while it is not pretty, it is functional like you would not believe. All right, here we go. Wire log. What's this guy over here? There's another Lancaster. All right, he won't last very long. So, this is a Jaeger. I say it like that because, well, I like how it sounds. He is coming towards me, so I mean, I can fly towards him as well, but he's going to work his way over towards me anyways. I'm launching my drones 1 at a time, but you can launch them in pairs or even 3 at a time if you want. If you notice it says deployed 6 out of 10, that's because I have a total drone control of 10 right now, and that is because of this module right here. It is called the DCM, Drone Control Module. It's handy to have, and it allows you to control your drones. So I'm sending all my drones all at once after this other ship, and you're going to start seeing their little lasers go off and that kind of thing. I'm turning off my laser, turning on my missiles, so let's make sure that I'm doing this right. My lasers are number 3, so I can attack this guy with my 2 and 4. So you can see it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's kinetic and missile only that I'm attacking this guy with. I can tell you with a pretty high level of comfort that the energy weapons right now are very devastating, so I'm intentionally not using those just so my drones are actually able to take this guy out a little bit. I'm going to slow my ship down to nothing, and I'm going to turn down the sound a little bit. Grab my mixer. Okay, there we go. Alright, so right now I'm only using missiles and kinetic. If I want to attack this guy with everything I got, I just have to hit the number 1, and then that will be my entire weapon group. So it's going to be absolutely everything that I have. Once I get him down to, I don't know, we'll say about 2,000 health, I'm actually going to leave him alone and just let my drones take him out. My missiles, what they're doing is trying to track this guy's movements, so they have to try to get from me to him, and they have to anticipate what direction he's going. So it doesn't always work. I mean, missiles aren't perfectly accurate, but it does give you the ability to try to take out targets a little bit more effectively than just using kinetic. I don't know if I hurt him too bad for him to be able to hurt me back. He's down to less than 10% health. Interesting fact, when you're getting hit by enemies, as you take damage to your ship, you start to lose subsystems. So, get really super close to this guy. Not that close, not that close. Keep on my shield a little bit, not bad. Alright. And I laser him to death. Check that out. So he's kind of dead in the water. He's just kind of floating around right now. Oh, he's trying to get away. Not gonna work. And he dies. I win. Ha. All right. So enough of me getting to play around with combat. I'm terrible at space games and flight games in general. I freely admit that. However, I have gotten to play Kinetic Void enough now where I'm actually starting to get kind of proficient at it, which is kind of crazy. So I may or may not have edited my text file that says how many star systems I have in my map. So this would be something that people would do if they were trying to mod the game. I clearly didn't plan on making this many star systems. My bad. So thanks to those of you who posted up in our mod community about how to do this. On the bright side, I'm in a friendly group. Downside, this whole general area, not really friendly. I am going to go to Liluri, which is an okay place to go. It's not hostile to me. And in order to get there, first I have to get to this little sector right here. So if I right click, again, so I'm here, this is me, the blue arrow. If I right click in the system that I'm in, as I move my mouse around, it will show what sector that is. And this asteroid field, if you notice, it says it has a warp gate to Lilluri Station 2, which is where we're going to want to go. Also Unen 2 and a street. And so Unen is going to be this one way over here. Here's Lilluri and there's the street. So I'm going to go here, engage, and you'll see that my warp drive will activate. I'm going to zip over there. I'm going to use the warp gate that's actually located in that system in the asteroid field, and that's how I'm going to get to Lilluri. So the warp gate is this little star with a circle around it. And just to kind of give you an idea, if I wanted to go here, I'd click engage. I can't because it says you're too far away to warp to the sector, travel to its star system. So warp gates are how you get to the star systems. I'm just waiting for my warp drive to reboot because otherwise it's going to take me forever to get there. Alright, here we go. Warp within 50 kilometers. And away we go. And warp gate. Alright, so I am going to be traveling at full speed, but I'm not turning off my kinetic field. When you turn it off, you can go crazy amounts of speed, and I need my warp gate to be recharged by the time I get into, or I need my micro warp drive to be recharged before I get into this warp gate over here. There's a bad guy down here. Do I have to worry about him? He's forever away. Again, next patch, that's going to be a little bit more of an issue than it is right now. Alright, I'm turning off my kinetic field now that my micro warp drive has had a chance to recharge. So you're going to notice that I'm actually starting to speed up quite a bit. My normal max speed is like, what, 360-ish meters per second, and I'm up to 4,400. Now I am going to slow down once I get into this warp gate, just so you guys can see. Am I still in it? Okay. So it says Lilluri Station 2. If I click that, that's a drop down. So I can actually pick what area I warp to, anywhere that attaches to this warp gate. Click on Make It So. Warp gate's going to activate, and then you will actually see a visual change from one star system to another. So the old one is purple. Let's see what color the new one is. It is blue instead of purple. Also, if you open up the map, go find us. We are now at Lilluri 2. Ironically, if we want to, we can jump into a warp gate, right back into that warp gate we just came out of, and we can either go back to Utroni or we can go to, what is that, Asphodel. We could go there as well, since the warp gates are all kind of bounce around each other. Now I'm not seeing any enemies around, which is good, because I don't really feel like fighting them just yet. But just as a fun fact, you can, when you click on a target, see their information up above here now. And you saw on the right-hand side that you can actually keep all of your targets stored. What else do we have that's new this patch? The faction standings, those work. So keep in mind, if I'm killing someone who's on the Black Sky Mercenary Corps, obviously we're not friendly with each other. If they are really friendly with somebody else, like the Redon Empire, my reputation with Redon Empire or the Talon Trades Consortium could be damaged by me hurting these guys. So you go down to Redon, see how they feel about me. If they also hate me, it's not a big deal. See, they're actually kind of friendly with me, so I would screw that up a little bit. And Talon Trade Consortium, they already hate me. I don't know how many of their guys I've killed. It's kind of a long list. I feel kind of bad about that. But, so I am going to, holy crap, that's a lot of bad guys. I am going to warp over to a street, and I'm going to get over there. So I will be back in just 2 shakes, and I will see what kind of trouble I can get into over there. Alright, so I made it to a street, and of course I'm already in combat. That totally makes sense. I'm breaking my drones into 2 sets. That way I can send 3 of them after one guy and 3 of them after another. My anti-missile systems are doing their jobs. And I can have a total of 3 targets, and it looks like that is how many I'm going to be using. Those guys up attack that one. Those guys go attack that one. And I'm focusing on this guy here. Oh, that's not good. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get him dead. Alright, so where's this next guy? Alright, so I'm gonna push V. That allows me to go into mouse flight mode, which is, it's got its own, I mean, it's its own different challenges, but it can definitely come in handy if you're more of a mouse flyer than a keyboard controller. Okay, so, oh, crap, I'm actually flying at number 2. Alright, there's number 1. Have everybody attack that guy. Oh, he's got a lot of health. Holy crap. Alright, who's shooting me from behind? Let's see. Who's that? Is that guy? That's him. What about this guy? He's on his way over. Oh my god. Alright. Come on, get through his shield. Buddies. Oh my god, this guy just has so much health. I know he doesn't have that much more than I do, but it is feeling like he does. I'll definitely be able to get him killed before I go down, but I have 4 other targets around me right now. I don't know if you guys have seen them on my radar, but I mean, they are all around me. All right, 1 down, 2 to go. Really problematic when there we go. I lost my home row there for a second. Going to come down to how many of them I can take out before I finally fall. Oh look, they have 2 more friends. So this is what you get when you go into a hostile sector. Just, you know, putting it out there. Alright, you guys go after that guy down there. $43 away. Alright, so this guy, he doesn't have lasers. And so I'm actually going to try to keep that distance a little bit on the higher side because I don't think he can hit me. We have this guy down here. He is an escort cruiser and he's working his way over towards me. And we have these 2 guys up here. Grievance. Alright, I know I can take those guys out. That's not a big deal. My shield is completely regenerated, so I actually, I might be able to make this. I might. I don't know. So the trick is that yes, he will die quicker if I let him get within 20 kilometers of me, but that means he can actually hit me back. Right now I'm trying to prevent him from being able to hit me back. Just in case you're wondering. Alright, so this guy's officially close enough for me to have to worry about now, so I'm just going to crank up my speed. See if I can get this guy dead before his buddies come after me. I can already see that this other guy's firing at me, and I know he is. It's just that he hasn't been able to take my shield out yet. Alright, so here go my missiles. You can see they're going in series. Two more. Sure, why not? Let's make it a party, right? Alright, oh god, they're going for my shield fast. Might get this guy dead first, though. Alright, him, you guys go after that guy. Actually, you know, this little guy, I'm gonna send my drones after him. This guy I'll keep dealing with. Was he running away from me? No. Don't think so, buddy. Taking so much fire right now. He's 59, so he's within his lasers. 26, 11. Oh, don't forget we forgot that guy down there. Yeah, there's no way that I'm gonna make it through this fight. So the moral of the story, do not go into a hostile a hostile sector if you cannot handle the heat that you're going to get from that sector's faction, because it is horrific. Let's see how close I can get this guy before I finally die. See if I can take him out. Ha. So that's just a demonstration of the D11 gameplay and some of the stuff that's getting changed up a little bit. D12 is right around the corner. We're planning on releasing it the first couple weeks of May, just like we do for all of our other patches. So keep an eye out on the forums. You know that's where we're going to announce it first. And if you want to get in with that early development group, you can opt in for the beta for the D12. And then we will push it live a week after our early testers get it. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, criticisms, you name it, leave them in the comment section below. Come visit us on Steam, shoot me an email, smoke signal, whatever the case may be. As always, this is yours truly, Kaypix with Badland Studio. Thanks so much for hanging with me guys today, and you have a good one.